My ex-wife, Rachel, barged back into my life like a hurricane ripping through calm waters. It was a typical Tuesday morning, and I was just about to leave for work when the doorbell shattered the peace. I opened it to find Rachel standing there, accompanied by a young boy, no older than 4. My mind struggled to process the sight before me. Rachel, with another man's child, standing on my doorstep, tears streaming down her face. She blurted out apologies, tears mingling with raindrops. She wanted to rebuild our shattered family, to resurrect what she had abandoned years ago. But I couldn't fathom it. Slamming the door shut felt like the only logical response. Rachel wasn't part of this family anymore. She ceased being my wife when she betrayed me with another man. The divorce was just a legal formality, a necessary step to sever ties with a woman who had shattered my trust. I couldn't allow her back into our lives, not after what she had done. As the door clicked shut, I could still hear her wails echoing in my mind. But I pushed it aside, steeling myself against the emotional turmoil threatening to engulf me. Ignoring her, I marched off to work, determined to keep moving forward, leaving Rachel and her pleas behind. In the days that followed Rachel's unexpected visit, I found myself grappling with a revelation that shook me to the core. It was as if the ground beneath me had shifted, and everything I thought I knew had crumbled away. The truth came to light through a series of conversations with my own parents, who had been more deeply entangled in Rachel's web of deception than I could have ever imagined. They confessed to me, their own son, that they had been in clandestine communication with Rachel all along. They had known her whereabouts, her struggles, her desires to reconnect with our daughters, and they had kept it all hidden from me. I felt a betrayal so deep it pierced my soul. How could my own flesh and blood conspire with the woman who had torn our family apart? It was a bitter pill to swallow, and it left a bitter taste in my mouth. But the revelations didn't end there. My parents disclosed even darker truths about Rachel's dealings with a man named Sean, the same man with whom she had betrayed me. It turned out that Sean had orchestrated Rachel's decision to sign away her parental rights, manipulating her into abandoning our daughters for his own selfish ends. My parents, believing they were acting in the best interests of our family, had facilitated Rachel's secret meetings with our daughters, all behind my back. They had bribed and coerced our innocent children into keeping these clandestine rendezvous hidden from me, spinning a web of deceit that stretched far beyond anything I could have imagined. The weight of these revelations bore down on me like a ton of bricks, crushing me beneath their unbearable burden. I was left reeling, grappling with the enormity of the betrayal and the shattered remnants of trust that lay strewn around me. Armed with the truth, I confronted my parents with a mix of anger and disbelief. How could they justify their actions? How could they justify betraying their own son, all in the name of some misguided notion of familial duty? But their response was as infuriating as it was predictable. They stood by their decision, stubbornly clinging to the belief that they had acted in the best interests of our family. They refused to acknowledge the pain they had caused me, the wounds they had inflicted with their deceit. In the midst of this turmoil, I made a decision to protect my daughters, to shield them from further harm. I sought legal recourse, filing for a restraining order against Rachel, Sean, and my own parents. It was a drastic measure, but one that felt necessary in the face of such betrayal. As the legal proceedings unfolded, I focused on rebuilding what remained of our shattered family. My daughters and I attended regular therapy sessions, seeking to heal the wounds that had been inflicted upon us. It was a long and arduous journey, but one that we embarked upon together, united in our determination to overcome the challenges that lay before us. With each passing day, we grew stronger, more resilient. We forged new bonds, fortified by the trials we had endured. And though the scars of the past would always remain, we refused to let them define us. We emerged from the darkness, stronger and more united than ever before. In the end, it was not the betrayal that defined us, but our response to it. We chose forgiveness over resentment, resilience over despair. And in doing so, we found a strength within ourselves that we never knew existed. We were a family, battered and bruised, but unbroken. And together, we would face whatever the future held, secure in the knowledge that as long as we had each other, we could weather any storm. With the restraining orders in place and a renewed sense of determination, I focused on upholding the boundaries that were essential for our family's well-being. Security measures around our home were heightened, ensuring that Rachel, Sean, and my parents remained at a safe distance. Despite the tumultuous events that had transpired, life carried on. My daughters continued with their schooling and I resumed my work responsibilities, albeit with a heightened sense of vigilance. The wounds inflicted by betrayal were still raw, but we persevered, finding solace in each other's company. Yet, the specter of the past lingered, casting a shadow over our daily lives. I remained vigilant, wary of any attempts by Rachel or her cohorts to circumvent the restraining orders. Trust had been shattered, and it would take time to rebuild. Meanwhile, therapy sessions became a cornerstone of our healing process. Together, we navigated the complex emotions that arose from the betrayal we had endured. We leaned on each other for support, finding strength in our shared resolve to move forward, no matter the obstacles we faced. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, a sense of normalcy began to return to our lives. The wounds inflicted by betrayal may never fully heal, but with each passing day we grew stronger, more resilient. Our bond as a family was unbreakable, forged in the crucible of adversity. And though the road ahead remained uncertain, we faced it with courage and determination, secure in the knowledge that as long as we stood together, we could overcome anything that came our way. As time passed, the wounds inflicted by betrayal began to heal, albeit slowly. Our family had weathered the storm of deceit and manipulation, emerging on the other side with a newfound sense of resilience. We refused to be defined by the actions of others, choosing instead to find strength in adversity. Therapy sessions became a cornerstone of our healing journey, providing a safe space for us to confront our emotions and rebuild trust. Together, we navigated the complex terrain of forgiveness and acceptance, learning to let go of the anger and resentment that threatened to consume us. With each passing day, our bond as a family grew stronger. We found solace in each other's presence, drawing strength from the unwavering support and love that bound us together. Despite the challenges we faced, we refused to lose hope, clinging to the belief that better days lay ahead. In the midst of our healing journey, we also found moments of joy and laughter. We celebrated small victories and cherished the moments of peace and happiness that punctuated our days. Our resilience became a beacon of hope, inspiring us to face the future with courage and determination. As we moved forward, we remained vigilant, mindful of the need to uphold the boundaries that protected our family. The restraining orders served as a reminder of the dangers that lurked in the shadows, but we refused to live in fear. Instead, we focused on building a future filled with love, laughter, and endless possibilities. And though the scars of betrayal would always remain, they no longer defined us. We had emerged from the darkness, stronger and more united than ever before. Together, we faced the future with unwavering resolve, knowing that as long as we had each other, we could overcome anything that stood in our way. In the aftermath of betrayal, I embarked on a journey of self-discovery, seeking to find meaning and purpose amidst the chaos that had engulfed my life. It was a journey marked by twists and turns, highs and lows. But through it all, I emerged with a newfound sense of clarity and purpose. At the heart of this journey was the quest to understand the nature of forgiveness. I grappled with feelings of anger and resentment, struggling to reconcile the betrayal I had experienced with the desire to move forward. Therapy provided a safe space for me to confront these emotions, to unpack the trauma of the past and begin the process of healing. But forgiveness was not a destination. It was a journey, a journey that required time, patience, and self-reflection. I delved deep into my own psyche, exploring the roots of my pain and uncovering layers of hurt that had long lain dormant. It was a painful process, confronting the demons of the past, but with each revelation, I felt a weight lifted from my shoulders. As I navigated this emotional terrain, I also grappled with questions of trust and betrayal. How could I trust again after being so profoundly betrayed? Was it possible to rebuild trust in the wake of such devastation? These questions haunted me, gnawing at the edges of my consciousness as I sought answers in the depths of my soul. Slowly but surely, I began to piece together the fragments of my shattered trust. I found solace in the unwavering support of my daughters, whose love served as a beacon of hope in the darkest of times. I leaned on friends and family, drawing strength from their words of encouragement and acts of kindness. And through it all, I discovered a reservoir of resilience within myself, a resilience that allowed me to confront adversity with courage and determination. But perhaps the most profound discovery of all was the realization that forgiveness was not about absolving others of their actions. It was about freeing myself from the burden of resentment and anger. In forgiving Rachel, Sean, and my parents, I liberated myself from the shackles of the past, allowing myself to embrace the present moment with an open heart and mind. As I journeyed deeper into the recesses of my soul, I unearthed hidden reservoirs of strength and resilience. I discovered that I was capable of weathering the storms of life, of rising above adversity, and emerging stronger on the other side. And though the road ahead was fraught with challenges, I faced it with a newfound sense of purpose and determination. In the end, my journey of self-discovery was not just about finding forgiveness. It was about reclaiming my power, my agency, and my sense of self. It was about embracing the fullness of who I was, scars and all, and stepping into the light with courage and conviction. And as I stood on the threshold of a new chapter in my life, I knew that I was ready to face whatever the future held, secure in the knowledge that I was the author of my own destiny. With the weight of betrayal gradually lifting from my shoulders, I found myself standing at the threshold of new beginnings, ready to embrace the possibilities that lay ahead. It was a moment of profound transformation, a turning point in my journey toward healing and self-discovery. As I gazed out at the horizon, I felt a sense of liberation wash over me, freeing me from the constraints of the past and propelling me toward a brighter future. Gone were the shackles of resentment and anger, replaced by a newfound sense of freedom and possibility. In this moment of clarity, I made a conscious decision to let go of the past and embrace the present with open arms. I refused to be defined by the actions of others, choosing instead to forge my own path forward, guided by hope, resilience, and a renewed sense of purpose. One of the most profound realizations of this journey was the importance of self-love and self-care. I came to understand that true healing begins from within, and that by nurturing my own well-being, I could lay the foundation for a brighter future. I made a commitment to prioritize my own needs and desires, carving out time for self-reflection, self-care, and personal growth. In the midst of this process, I also found solace in the simple pleasures of life. I reveled in the beauty of nature, finding peace and tranquility in the embrace of the natural world. I immersed myself in creative pursuits, finding joy in the act of creation and expression. And I cultivated meaningful connections with others, surrounding myself with a supportive community of friends and loved ones who uplifted me in times of need. But perhaps the most profound shift of all was the newfound sense of empowerment that blossomed within me. No longer beholden to the expectations or judgments of others, I embraced my own agency and autonomy, reclaiming control over my own destiny. I realized that I held the power to shape my own future, to create the life that I desired, and to walk confidently in the direction of my dreams. As I stood on the threshold of new beginnings, I felt a sense of gratitude wash over me, grateful for the lessons learned, the challenges overcome, and the growth achieved along the way. And as I took the first step forward into this new chapter of my life, I did so with a heart full of hope, a spirit full of resilience, and a soul full of possibility. As I embarked on the journey of navigating the path forward, I found myself confronted with a myriad of challenges and opportunities, each beckoning me to chart a course toward a brighter tomorrow. It was a journey fraught with uncertainty, yet imbued with the promise of transformation and growth. At the forefront of my mind was the well-being of my daughters, whose resilience and strength served as a constant source of inspiration. I was determined to create a stable and nurturing environment for them, one in which they could thrive and flourish despite the challenges we faced. Together, we embarked on a journey of healing and growth, supporting each other every step of the way. One of the key lessons I learned along this journey was the importance of resilience in the face of adversity. Time and time again, I was tested by setbacks and obstacles, yet each challenge served as an opportunity to cultivate resilience and fortitude. I refused to be deterred by adversity, choosing instead to persevere with unwavering determination and courage. Another crucial aspect of navigating the path forward was the process of rebuilding trust and relationships. In the wake of betrayal, trust had been shattered, leaving behind a trail of broken bonds and fractured connections. Yet I refused to let despair consume me, choosing instead to embark on the arduous journey of rebuilding trust one step at a time. This journey of rebuilding trust was not easy, nor was it without its challenges. It required patience, understanding, and a willingness to extend forgiveness to those who had wronged me. It also required open and honest communication, as well as a commitment to actively listening to the needs and concerns of others. Yet through perseverance and determination, I found that trust could be rebuilt, albeit slowly and painstakingly. Bit by bit, I began to mend the broken bonds that had been fractured by betrayal, forging new connections based on mutual respect, understanding, and empathy. As I navigated the path forward, I also found solace in the power of self-reflection and introspection. I took the time to examine my own thoughts, feelings, and actions, seeking to gain a deeper understanding of myself and the world around me. In doing so, I discovered hidden reserves of strength and resilience within myself, empowering me to face whatever challenges lay ahead. But perhaps the most profound aspect of navigating the path forward was the realization that the journey itself was the destination. Each step taken, each obstacle overcome, and each lesson learned brought me one step closer to realizing my full potential and living a life of purpose and fulfillment. As I continued to navigate the path forward, I did so with a sense of optimism and determination, secure in the knowledge that no matter what obstacles may arise, I possessed the strength and resilience to overcome them. And with each passing day, I grew ever closer to realizing my dreams and achieving my goals, fueled by the unwavering belief that the best was yet to come. In the midst of life's tumultuous journey, I found myself embracing the transformative power of healing and growth. It was a journey fraught with challenges and obstacles, yet it was also a journey imbued with the promise of renewal and redemption. At the heart of this journey was the process of healing, a gradual unfolding of wounds and scars that had long lain dormant within me. I embarked on a path of self-discovery and introspection, confronting the pain and trauma of the past with courage and resilience. One of the most profound aspects of this journey was the realization that healing was not a linear process, but rather a series of ebbs and flows, highs and lows. There were moments of profound clarity and insight, where the weight of the past lifted from my shoulders like a heavy burden. And there were moments of darkness and despair, where the pain threatened to overwhelm me. Yet through it all, I remained steadfast in my commitment to healing, drawing strength from the love and support of those around me. I surrounded myself with a community of friends and loved ones who lifted me up in times of need, offering a shoulder to lean on and a listening ear to hear my deepest fears and insecurities. In addition to the process of healing, I also embraced the transformative power of growth. I recognized that true growth often emerged from the depths of adversity and that every challenge presented an opportunity for learning and development. I approached life with a sense of curiosity and openness, eager to embrace new experiences and opportunities for growth. I challenged myself to step outside of my comfort zone, to confront my fears and limitations head-on, and to emerge stronger and more resilient as a result. One of the most profound aspects of this journey of growth was the realization that I possessed within myself the power to shape my own destiny. I refused to be defined by the circumstances of my past, choosing instead to forge my own path forward with courage and determination. As I embraced healing and growth, I found myself undergoing a profound transformation, both inwardly and outwardly. I emerged from the crucible of adversity with a renewed sense of purpose and clarity, ready to embrace the endless possibilities that lay before me. And so, armed with the lessons of the past and the hope of the future, I continued to journey forward, guided by the light of resilience and the promise of redemption. For in the end, it was not the challenges we faced that defined us, but rather the strength and courage with which we faced them. As I treaded the final stretch of my tumultuous journey, I found myself on the precipice of a new beginning, one filled with the promise of peace and closure. It was a momentous occasion marking the culmination of years of struggle, growth, and transformation. At the heart of this journey was the pursuit of peace, a deep-seated longing for serenity and tranquility amidst life's tumultuous storms. I sought solace in the quiet moments of reflection, finding respite from the chaos of the world within the depths of my own soul. I embraced the practice of mindfulness and meditation, learning to quiet the restless chatter of my mind and find stillness in the present moment. I discovered that peace was not found in the absence of conflict, but rather in the ability to find inner calm and balance in the midst of life's challenges. In addition to peace, I also sought closure, a sense of resolution and finality to the chapters of my past that had long haunted me. I confronted the ghosts of my past with courage and conviction, laying to rest the demons that had tormented me for so long. I embarked on a journey of forgiveness, both for others and for myself, releasing the shackles of resentment and bitterness that had weighed me down for far too long. I recognized that forgiveness was not about condoning the actions of others, but rather about freeing myself from the burden of anger and resentment. One of the most profound moments of closure came when I stood before the ones who had wronged me, face to face, and offered them forgiveness. It was a moment of profound vulnerability and strength as I let go of the pain of the past and embraced the possibility of a brighter future. As I found peace and closure, I also discovered a newfound sense of gratitude for the journey that had brought me to this point. I realized that every challenge, every setback, and every moment of pain had served a purpose, shaping me into the person I was meant to become. And so, with a heart full of gratitude and a spirit renewed, I embraced the dawn of a new day, ready to embark on the next chapter of my journey with hope and optimism. For in the end, it was not the destination that mattered, but rather the lessons learned and the growth achieved along the way. As I looked out upon the horizon, I felt a sense of peace wash over me, knowing that no matter what trials and tribulations lay ahead, I possessed within myself the strength and resilience to face them head-on. And with that knowledge, I stepped forward into the unknown, ready to embrace whatever the future may hold.